The Radiant International Academy wishes all my parents and my dear kids a hearty good morning. I welcome all my dear parents and my dear kids to the new academic year 2020-21. Today, I will be introducing to the concept of unit tens and hundreds. Here, I am going to narrate a small story which is going to help our students to understand and build a strong concept of unit tens and hundreds. So, the story goes like this. Once upon a time in the far big jungle, there was a unit's house, and one day the number one comes and was roaming in the jungle and to rest for some time, and he saw this big house of units. So he thought of asking the owner to stay for a while. So he knocks at the door. Knock knock, may I come and stay in your house? So the owner of the house says, who is this and how many of are you? The number one says, I am Mr. Number One and I am alone. So may I come in your house to stay for a while? The owner of the house says, yes, you may come and stay in my one room as you are one and alone. Similarly, after few days comes the number two, and similarly, as he was tired, wanted to rest for some time. So he sees the house of units and thought of staying in this house. So he knocks. Knock knock, may I come in the house? The owner of the house says, who is this and how many of are you? The number two says, oh, I am Mr. Two and would like to rest in your house for some days. So may I come in? So the owner of the house says, yes, you may come and stay in the room number two as you are one and alone, because no two digits can stay all together. In the same way, number three also comes and stays and occupies the room number three. Number four occupies the room number four. Room number five is occupied by room number five, and number 6 is occupied in room number 6. Number 7 occupies the room number 7. Number 8 comes and occupies room number 8. And how many rooms are left now? Only one room. As I have told you earlier, the house of units only had 9 rooms. And how many rooms are left now? Only one room. So the number 9 comes and sees this beautiful house of units. So he asks, may I come in? I want to rest for some time. So may I come in? He knocks the door. Knock knock, may I come in? The owner of the house says, yes please, you may come inside and stay in the last room, the 9th room, and you may come and stay and rest. So the number 9 comes inside and occupies the room number 9. So no more rooms are left, but still the number 10 comes and sees this beautiful house of units, and he knocks the door. Knock knock, may I come in? The owner of the house says, no, sorry, I cannot allow you to stay in my house as there are only 9 rooms and all the 9 rooms are occupied and taken by all the single digit numbers from 1 to 9, and you are a 2-digit number with 1 and 0. So sorry, I cannot allow you to stay in my house. So the number 10 starts crying. I wanted to stay with all my friends from number 1 to number 9. I don't want to stay alone. So all the numbers comes out from the house of units and tells the number 10, please don't cry, my dear number 10. We all will stay together in a new house. As you are not allowed to stay in the unit's house, we will find some other house where we all can stay together. So they are running and searching one new house. So they saw a beautiful house of tens, and they all wanted to stay together. So they all thought of asking the owner, may we come in and stay all together in this house of tents? So the owner of the house says, yes, you all can stay, only you all are 10 in number. No individual number is allowed to stay in this house. So are you all 10 in number? So all the numbers together say, yes, we are 10 numbers all together and we all are friends and wanted to stay together. So all these numbers make a group of 10 and stays in the house of tens. So after the number 1 to number 10 makes a groups of 10 and goes and stays in the house of tens, can you tell me how many groups of tens can you see in the house of tens? One group. And how many numbers can you see in the house of units? 0. So which number is made? Number 1 and 0 is 10. This number 1 is staying in the house of tens and this number 0 is staying in the house of units. So this number 10 is made like this. In the same way, if I add number 1 over here in the house of tens, now tell me how many numbers are staying in the house of units? Number 1. And how many groups of 10 are staying in the house of tens? Only one group. So 1 and 1 is 11. And this number 1 is standing in the place of tens and this number 1 is standing in the place of units. In the same way, if I make the number 2 stand in the house of units, how many numbers are staying in the house of units now? 1, 2. So I will write number 2. Now just read the number and tell me which number is made. 1, 2, 12. This number 1 is standing in the house of tens. That means this one is standing in the tens place. This number 2 is standing in the place of units. So this number 1 to 12 is made like this. Now students, if I want to make number 22, how will I make number 22? I need to change this number. Think and tell me, how can I make number 1 to number 2? By adding one more group of 10. So let's make a group of 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So now I have made a group of 10 and as you know, only the group of 10 people or 10 numbers can stay in the house of tens. So here they all go and stay in the house of 10. Now how many groups of 10 are staying in the house of tens? 2 groups. So I will change this number to number 2. And already how many number of people were staying in the house of units? 2. So 2 tens and 2 units makes number 22. Further I will teach you how to make a 3-digit number, that means units, tens and hundreds. After units and tens comes the house of hundreds. Now the rule of the house of 100 is only 3-digit number can stay in this house. No single digit and no 2-digit number can stay in the house of hundreds. So now, according to the rules of this house, only 3-digit number can stay. A 3-digit number is formed when such 10 numbers come together 10 times. For example, this bundle is of 10 numbers. In the same way, I have made one stick which includes the first box itself of one group of tens. In the same way, this stick consists of 10 such groups. Number 1 shows the first group of tens. Number 2 shows the second group of tens. Number 3 shows the third group of tens, the fourth group of tens, the fifth group of tens, the sixth group of tens, seventh group of tens, the eighth group of 10, the ninth groups of 10 and the 10th group of 10 numbers. So, in this house, such 10 bundles can stay together in this house. So, as we cannot put this 10 bundles all together in this group, I have made one stick with 10 bundles in one stick. So, there are one group of 10 bundles in the house of hundreds and only one group of 10 such numbers in the house of tens. So here is the one bundle of 10 groups and here is only one bundle of 10 numbers. So in the front of house of hundreds, I will write number 1. In front of tens house, I have written number 1 and there are no number in the house of units. So I have written 0. So this number is read as 110. Number 1 is standing in the hundreds place. This number 1 is standing in the tens place. This number 0 is shown as there are no sticks in the house of units. If I add one more 10 groups in the house of hundreds, so this will become number 2. So this number becomes 200, 1 tens and 0 units. 210. I hope this explanation helps my students to understand the concept of this place value, and in the further video I will be explaining you how to solve the exercises based on the place value.